Well, hello YouTube. I'm back. How are you guys doing? It feels very strange to be back, truly. But I'm happy to be back. Back to streaming, as you can see, and back to posting on YouTube, posting on TikTok now, and Instagram. So happy to be back. I figured I'd start my comeback with a general honest review of Vanguard and how I felt so far playing it. I am now approaching level 55 as we speak. Haven't played a whole bunch of it due to work and such, other than just, a few games a night, so I haven't leveled up a bunch. But I think now that I'm approaching my first prestige that I can give a educated opinion on this. And I think I might dive into this later once I have more months under my belt. But I figured it'd be a good thing to start with as my comeback. So I just want to touch on some bullet points to talk about to maybe help you factor into, is this game worth it if you're still on the fence about buying it, or if it's worth it to still play for you. Stick around because I might not follow the grain with my opinion, and might give you some insight to something that you haven't really thought about with this game. So one thing I really love with this game is the gunplay. The time to kill is really great, I think, across the board, really. I think obviously there's weapon balancing issues, as there is with every COD, and especially at launch. Shotguns were crazy good. Tweaked them a little bit. I still think they're pretty overpowered, but they have tweaked them since the beginning. And done some balancing with the MP40, the STG-44, the Type 100. All those were pretty quick time to kill, even more quick than all the other guns in this game are, which is insane because it's pretty fast time to kill in this game. So obviously I think some things need some work, but I think for the most part that they're doing a good job at launch of being able to have multiple weapons that are useful. I also think multiple guns in each category are useful, which is great. You're not just stuck with one or two weapons throughout the whole game to be able to do good. You can try multiple SMGs in your tenure with Vanguard, and you can try multiple ARs and find success and with different weapons. I think the speed in this game is awesome. I think the sprint's really good and the movement is really good. Excuse me. And I think the pace is really good. I really like the pace of this game. I like the pace of Modern Warfare, and same thing, it uses the same engine. But I wasn't quite a fan of Modern Warfare for reasons unrelated to that. But I think it does a really good job with this engine, and I think the travel time is awesome. You'll see it in this match that I'm back and forth from each side of the map. Obviously, partly because of the patrol game mode that I'm playing, so it kind of makes you go around the map, which I love this game mode. I hope they keep this in for future CODs. Patrol is a really nice addition to this game. And helps it so that you can play run and gun. Basically, everybody has to play run and gun if you're playing objectively, and nobody really camps too much. So I really enjoy that. I think for the most part, the maps are good. I say for the most part there are one or two maps. There's a long-range snowy map that I'm not too fond of. It's not Damansk. It's the other one that has super wide sight lines. It's snowy. It looks like almost like it's in I'd say Germany probably. Either way, I'm still learning all the map names still at this point. But there's that one, and there's one or two more that I'm just not a big fan of. But I don't hate any map in this game, which is huge because previous CODs didn't come out with that many maps, and the maps they did come out with were trash. Modern Warfare, I'm looking at you. Cold War, I'm looking at you. I think it's really nice that this game released with, I think, 16 maps is what I believe the total count was. So I think that's definitely a positive for sure. Camos and attachments in this game. Love. Absolutely love. I love that the attachments each have their own niche, similar to what it was in Modern Warfare, which I really enjoyed, that part of that game. So you can, put the attachments on your gun to your play style. So you can make it so that you aim faster and that you have more ammo. So if you're, a runner and gunner, that works better for you. Or if you're someone that likes to play those long sight lines and, is a little bit more defensive, you can also tailor it to that, or you have less recoil and you have mounting perks and such. So I think they did a really good job of that. I think the attachments are really good in this game and do really help the weapons. You just have to rank the weapons up, which I think is pretty easy. Camos, I think they look great. I love the camos. They all play to the World War II styling, so I don't think there's any futuristic looking camos, and I don't think any of the camos really look bad. I think they all remind me of World War II patterns, and a lot of them colorful and almost looks like out of like an old World War II painting, some of them. So I really enjoy that part of this game, and I love the camos. Perks. I think perks are pretty balanced for the most part. I think they add to the game, but they don't quite make things unfair like in games past. I think they've done a decent job of that with the perks in the most recent years. So keep that up, COD. Whether it be Activision, Treyarch, and both of you guys, keep it up. Kill streaks. I love that we went back to kill streaks instead of going with the score streaks. I think the score streaks tailored a little bit too much to the not so great players and giving, too many score streaks out on the field. I just feel like there were a lot called in during a game, that sometimes it took away from the game as opposed to, just on the gunplay. It was a lot of, having to shoot down kill streaks or score streaks, having to shoot down score streaks, or having to be in cover, or having to have cold-blooded or ghost, to be able to avoid these things. So I think they did a good job with that. On the other hand, though, I do think dogs as the kill streak is very glitchy. There's times where I've seen them jump like across a truck, like across and over a truck to kill me or kill teammates. I've seen them climb ladders. I saw a video of that on TikTok, and I've actually seen it myself of a dog climbing a ladder. I haven't seen it recently, but I know it was an initial bug, and I still think dogs are kind of glitchy. I also think their health could be reworked a little bit. It seems like they are pretty powerful as opposed to like World at War dogs or dogs that we've had in the past. I think World at War dogs was a good balance of health and damage, rewarding you with that kill streak. So equipment, I feel equipment on the nade side and such is pretty good in regards to being able to absolutely toss them across the map. I mean, don't really even have to jump. You can just toss them across the map. But I feel these do iffy damage. And by iffy damage, I mean sometimes I'll throw it right on top of a guy and he just gets a hit marker, or I just get a hit marker from him. I don't get a kill. He's right on top of the nade. Granted, I understand there's a perk that, helps with explosive resistance, but even with that, I feel sometimes I should have killed a guy. The nade was right on top of him. Or, on the flip side, I feel that sometimes I am killed by a nade that is super far from me, and also happens to kill a teammate that's right next to me that it's super far from. So I think there could be some tweaking there and some balancing there, just because there doesn't really seem to be any rhyme and reason with the nades. Leveling. So for the most part, I think leveling's good. I think you level up at a decent speed. You can level up pretty fast in this game. But I think the prestige system is goofy. And I know it might change with the preseason to the regular, first battle pass season. But I just think it's goofy. When you prestige, you stay at level 1. When you prestige again, you stay at level 2. You prestige the third time, you stay at level 3. So you're essentially level 1, level 2, and level 3. It doesn't give a lot of replayability for, a lot of people. That's what they grind for. That's, they want to be able to unlock things. They want to keep up with that level, brag about that level that they have. So I think they should tweak that going forward. I talked about it before. I think weapon leveling is right where it should be. I think it doesn't take too long to level weapons up, but also in the same breath, I think a lot of the attachments, like the really beneficial attachments, are super far down on the list for your unlock for your guns. So I think maybe potentially there could be some tweaks there, but we'll see. I don't really think they're going to touch that too much. I don't think it's a major problem in this game. My overall thoughts with this game, though, I think it really is fun. I've had some serious fun with this game, and I have enjoyed it. I think for me, the last 2 years with Cold War and Modern Warfare, I've just really been disappointed with Call of Duty, and even the development after the game initially gets released and patches and such. I've just been disappointed. Like I said, looking at you, Cold War, looking at you, Modern Warfare. And I know that's not a super popular opinion. I know a lot of people love Modern Warfare. I just wasn't one of them. I wasn't super crazy about it. I didn't absolutely hate the game, but it definitely wasn't one of my favorite. So I think for this one, it's definitely been one of my favorites in the past years. That's my honest opinion about everything. Obviously, I think months down the road we can look at this again and truly see where everything is at, and if I still feel the same way. But I think I have a good understanding of the week's played time that I have with this game, and I think truly that they're doing a good job, and they should continue doing what they're doing with this game in future games or future development of this game. I'm really interested to see how they developed with the seasons, and what they do with the new seasons, and I really hope that they continue to add interesting and fun stuff to keep people coming back to this game. I know it's, from a lot of people, it's had a rough launch. I've had some issues with packet loss, packet bursts, latency issues, but I don't think as much as other people. I think it's really allowed me to enjoy this game. So I hope they continue to work on things and continue to improve this game for the better, because I feel it has a lot of potential. It's a good game for me so far, and I think it really has potential to be a great game and one of the top tier CODs. So that's kind of my thoughts, my overall thoughts on everything, guys. I appreciate you stopping by once again, and look forward to being back on Twitch streaming. Look for me on TikTok, also Instagram, Twitter. I'll have all that stuff in the description of this video, so you can go follow me, subscribe to me, all that good stuff over there. Other than that, I will catch you guys soon. Looking forward to posting another video here soon and some videos on TikTok. It's been great. It's been a pleasure. Thank you once again, guys.